Totally stealing Kyla's blanket. This is like the softest blanket ever. Thank you, Gary. It's nice and cozy and warm. I am still in Colorado Springs, and I thought about doing just a kind of a quick video because I want to. That's why I just want to talk to you guys. I had a live video that I did, it was a while ago, and you guys asked a ton of questions while I was on the live video, but I wasn't able to like read them all while I was talking, and so I thought that I might do a video kind of like a Q&A, but answering the questions of those that I didn't answer from my live Q&A. And so we will do it on this video, as my friend is pretty much making us dinner right now, and it's gonna be beautiful. We're having some pork chops with some potatoes and mushrooms. It's gonna be really good. And the house smells amazing right now. It really does. It smells just amazing. So I'm starting to get hungry. So let's just sit and chat for a little bit. I hope you're enjoying all those cabin videos. I am still kind of in the city. Did I say I was in Colorado Springs still? I still am in Colorado Springs, and I really like it here. I really do. I think it's a beautiful town, and it's like these really old homes, and I really like it. This home, like I told in the last videos on this home is built in 1926, and it just has that little extra touch to it, which is really cute. And as you walk around the floors, you kind of go up and down as you walk around the floors, which is kind of fun too. So anyways, let's get to this Q&A stuff. And these, again, are the questions that were asked to me that I didn't end up answering on my live Q&A. I don't normally drink these. This is a Coors Seltzer. My friend brought it, but not really my thing. I don't know, there's a lot of bubbles. It's not my whiskey. I do have whiskey though, but I was like, I'm gonna have something light. Okay, the first question that I got was from Appalachian Granny, and she asked, have you ever thought about hiking the Appalachian Trail? Now, it is very possible that I might repeat some of these because I don't remember if I answered them or not in my live video. So if I do, I'm really sorry, just skip ahead. You are in control of your own destiny, and the cool thing about YouTube is that you can use that little slider if you don't want to hear the answer. Anyways, yes, I do think about the Appalachian Trail a lot. I think about doing a through hike. I think if I'm going to do any through hike, to be my first through hike would be the Colorado Trail. And it goes from Denver to Durango. And I think that would be really cool. And I would like to do that trail first before I would tackle an Appalachian Trail. One of the reasons why I haven't done, and I've mentioned this before, why I haven't done a through hike is because I work. And some of you have noticed, and I've had some comments on this, it is very expensive in Colorado to live. So it is very expensive for me to not work. I have to work all the time. I have to have internet, and in order to pay my bills here. You know, I'm hoping in the future by building this cabin that I'm doing that will be easier for me because the cabin will be less expensive than living in the city. I think. I actually don't know. We'll find out. So, Appalachian Granny, that is your long answer. I do think about it, but it would probably have to be after I'm done working and I'm retired. And you know, that's a lot of work when you're retired, but I know people do it, so it might be on my list. Aviatrix 14, Aviatrix 14, I think that's it. It says, you should have a custom knife designed for you and then sell it to us like some other bushcrafters do. Yes, I should, shouldn't I? However, I've been trying to get a custom knife made for me, and I am on my third knife, and the knife maker still hasn't made it the way that I want them to make it. So as soon as I can get a knife maker to make it the way that I want it made, then maybe I will think about that. But a lot of these knife makers that I have found are not able to produce knives in a mass quantity. So let's say I say, this is the Tammy from Spirit Forest knife. Go over here and buy it, and if 10 of you buy it, it might take him a long time, or her, a long time to create those. So I gotta think about that though. I think that would be so cool. Because, yeah, and I'm very particular about my knives. So if I have a knife coming out for Spirit Forest, you know that's a good knife. Now the knife that I usually recommend for my ladies in my class is a black knife. I think it works really well for backpacking. It's very lightweight, but my custom knives are my precious, and I really, really like those. So Aviatrix 14, I don't know, I'm sure I butchered that, but that is an awesome question, and that is something I really want. Do you know of a knife maker that can make a lot of knives and make one the way that I want to have it made? Let me know. There's a lot of bubbles in it. So I have hat hair. I was hiking earlier, and I had my big hat on because it is currently right now 7 degrees, something like that. It's chilly here right now. And this old house is actually doing really well. Better than expected. I'm trying to see if the windows look old. I think the windows are kind of newer. No, they're still wood windows. But anyways, okay. I start talking about that I'm warm and I grab my blanket. Okay, next question is from Jeff Cooler. Did I say that right, Jeff? Are you going to take your horse to your cabin once you are there? No, I'm not going to. Now, I might take my horse to another stable that might be in the area, but actually where I have purchased, I'm not allowed to have my horse on my property. And I'll be honest too, I don't think it's big enough. I don't think my acres are big enough for a horse and a cabin and parking and all that. I don't think it's big enough. She right now is in like maybe a 3 to 4 acre pasture with a bunch of other horses, and she loves it. So I'm not gonna interrupt that for right now. Again, my cabin is going to be built at, I'm thinking 2022, winter time-ish. So I think that I got to find a stable where she's going to end up going. I'll figure that out. Right now, I'm just kind of focused on baby steps, one thing at a time. And I have been asking around, putting some feelers around to where I could have my horse up there. I will end up retiring her up there, but I might keep her in the city for a bit because Madison and Kyla still ride her. I love these. I just like mushrooms. They're not even cooked. They have nothing on them. Just plain mushrooms sliced. Okay. Shannon Lee, you have a couple questions in here, so stay tuned, Shannon. And I do hope to meet you, Shannon. I think you talked about coming out to Colorado, so I do hope to meet you sometime. She says, can I commission you for a painting? I want aspens. I might have already answered this one. This one sounds familiar. Yes, you can commission me for a painting. I am doing paintings, however, right now, because of my kind of a different living situation that I'm in right now, I have to prolong it a little bit more, so it just takes me a little bit longer to do some of those commission paintings. But I would love to do an aspen for you. It is one of my favorite trees to paint. So just let me know. You can, all my contact information is in my description below. Also, I have custom paintings on my Etsy account, which is also probably probably in the links below. It's on my website. My website will be, you'll see it at the end of this video, and it is in the description below. So I try to make it as easy as possible to get in contact with me if you want. But I would love, Shannon, to paint you some aspens. It is a beautiful tree to paint. The next question, I think, was talking about something I must have said in a video. Barbara Pate asked, did you look for prints the next morning after you heard the noise outside your tent? I would say that anytime I hear like a loud noise outside my tent, I am always looking for prints. Always looking for evidence of an animal. Now, if it's snowing outside, you can tell it's a lot easier to find prints. But when there's no snow, most of the time I don't find anything at all out there. But I'm always looking, and I do have my trail cameras, and sometimes I'll try to see if I can find something on those, because usually I have those pointed at my tent. Next question. Johnny Eller says, could you paint a Captain America Marvel character? You know who you should ask to paint that is Madison. She loves painting those, like, those, I mean, if she could do like a cartoon type version of it, you know, like a comic, she would love to do that. If you want it to be more realistic, then maybe I might be the one for that. But if you want it to be more of like the comics, Madison is awesome at doing that. So reach out to us. Again, all the contact information is below that you'll be able to find. She has been doing an awesome job doing some commission paintings herself too. Oh, if you don't know who Madison is, she is my 16-year-old daughter, who is a blooming artist for sure. Okay, Shannon, you got another question. Shannon Lee. She wants to move to Colorado, and do I have any tips on moving to Colorado? I would say definitely come here and travel first. You know, rent some places, maybe Airbnb for a week in certain towns, see which ones that you like the best. Do note that it is very expensive here in Colorado to live. So if you're looking for a really big house with a lot of space, make sure you're saving up for that. And again, I'm more talking probably about the more Denver metro area. If you're looking at some places in the mountains, you know, the popular ones, which are Summit County, you could get a 600 square foot place for maybe $500,000. Yeah, so it's really expensive up here. So just keep aware of that. But there's certain towns that are so beautiful and they don't cost as much. So just try to pick your area first and figure out kind of what is best for you. Now, there are some certain cities. I do like Colorado Springs, which is where I'm at now. I do like it here. And so I would recommend Colorado Springs if you're looking for kind of a city, but it has this kind of a mountain feel to it. I am currently right now living next to the foothills area over here in Colorado Springs, or staying over here. So I really like that area a little bit more than the outskirts of Colorado Springs. But that's what I like, so it's totally up to you what you're looking for. There are some other towns that are really good, like Bailey and Conifer, that still have that kind of mountain feel, but yet you're not so far away from any medical help and stuff, because there are some towns in Colorado that really don't have any doctors in it, and you're going to have to think about that too if you're looking for more of a rural area. Hopefully that helps you, but feel free to email me and let me know what questions you have, Shannon, because I will let you know. She's gonna be so mad at me if she finds a mushroom on this blanket and it's just like falling apart. Okay, I got a ton of questions. Sally and I don't know how to say your name, but you're a wonderful person. I know who you are. It's N-A-J. How do you say that? You have to send me an email. I know you and I email back and forth, and I just don't know how to say it. Anyways, a lot of people asked about Rocky and how Rocky's doing. Now, you did see Rocky in a video. It was a couple weeks ago. You saw him in a video. And he was up at the mountains, and you can tell that he really didn't like the snow and he just wanted to leave. We were literally there for 30 minutes and he was ready to go. So he is pretty much retired now. And I know you guys are going to think this is kind of funny, but actually in my divorce agreement, Rocky was part of it. And when he retires, he will be with the dad, the girl's daddy. So he is currently with the girl's daddy right now. Not to say he's not going to be with me. He will be with me whenever I can have him with me. And so Rocky is doing well. He's struggling standing up every once in a while. He whines a little bit. He's got a bit of arthritis. Trust me, I'm getting him on a lot of medication. He just went to the vet. The vet is giving him thumbs up that he's doing really well. He's got a growth on his foot. I'm trying to think of everything I can think of about Rocky right now. He's got a growth on his foot. They don't know what it is, but we're just going to keep it there because it doesn't seem to be bothering him right now. He is 9 years old. I'll let you know that his dad only lived till 9. So, you know, I want his retirement years to be very peaceful and calm and comfortable for him. And when I have the cabin built, he will be up there with me unless I feel like I'm going to be going backpacking overnight. And if I do go backpacking overnight with him, I will make sure that I'm probably only doing maybe 3 miles or so, because I know he's still going to love to go. He still loves the outdoors and being in the mountains and running through the streams and all that kind of stuff. And again, I want his retirement to be really nice. However, just keep in mind right now, my living situation is a little bit different. So he is with the girl's daddy for right now, but you will still see him in videos coming up. I hope you guys are liking these questions. Hopefully dinner is going to be ready soon too. Okay, Michael Lewis, you actually more made a comment, but I just want to respond on it, even though I kind of did already. It is, I looked for land there last year, which is in Colorado, and then you put, ouch, exclamation point, but it's where I want my land. Michael Lewis, yes, it's pretty expensive here in Colorado, and it just keeps going up, and it's gone up like crazy since COVID. I don't know what's going on, but I think that possibly be a downturn at some point. I have no idea, but just kind of keep in mind of where you want to live. If you want to be in the cities, yeah, you're probably going to spend more, but if you can be in the outskirts of the cities, it's actually not that bad in regards to pricing. So just keep looking. I think it's a wonderful place to live as well. Bill Mitchell, he's my buddy. If you haven't seen his channel is Bill Mitchell 77, and he is a beautiful singer. Oh my gosh, this guy's voice. I actually have downloaded some of his songs, and I'll play it up at my tent. He's got it's a very low voice. It's very similar to Elvis Presley. Kind of a sound. Anyways, Bill, you had a question on here, which I think was just more fun. Kind of a question was, when will you be up dancing again? Well, I dance almost, to me, I feel like I dance almost every day, because anytime there's music on, I'm usually dancing around, but you'll see. Eventually, I think that once the cabin starts getting built, I gotta have little dancing celebrations too, because I'm gonna be so happy when that gets going and up. Okay, Phil Leo has asked if Rocky is still on rat patrol. As some of you know, I have rats in my tent, they're in my tent, and they're outside my tent, and they're under the tent, and they're everywhere. And there's evidence of them still there. So it's gonna be an ongoing process this summer as I'm living there full time, is with these rats. And I think about it probably on a weekly basis of what are some new things that I can do to help with my rat issue out there. I think that I might have mentioned how often the rats breed and how many babies they have, and it can get really crazy in my land if I let that get out of control. So I will be on it this summer, and Rocky will be on rat patrol as well. Okay, is that name again? N-A-J. Oh, I gotta figure out how to say your name. Anyways, you were asking if I figured out my internet, and I think someone else asked that question too. If I figure out my internet at the cabin, Because in order for me to be able to stay up there full time, I have to have internet, because that's how I make money. That's how I'm going to pay my bills. That's how I'm going to pay my heater bill, my power bill, and all that kind of stuff, is if I have internet there. Now, in the interim, I'm going to rent an office and work out of that, which will be in a town nearby. But I have been thinking about Starlink is one. You guys actually recommended it to me. And so I'm going to look at them. I already have my name on some list somewhere. I'm going to look at Starlink. I'm going to look at Virasat. Hughes, I hear, is terrible. And they do have a DSL line coming into my house, but they said it's the download speed of 1 megabyte, which is like, seriously? If you don't know what that means maybe I can check email. Maybe. So I might do a mixture of a couple. Internet is going to cost me about $200 a month. I know, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh. But that's how it is up there. You know, that's how I have to make a living, so I would have to pay whatever it is to pay, and I have to pay the higher rate, so that way I get the faster download speeds. The problem with satellite is the upload speed. And I'm literally on Zoom calls probably like 4 to 5 hours a day. So it's, we'll have to see. I don't know. I won't know until I am able to get internet. As soon as I can get internet there, I will get internet there, and I will be testing it out. And wouldn't it be cool if I did a live video at Spirit Forest? I think that would be cool. In the cabin? Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if I can get it there. Janet Allen has asked, how will I get in and out when I move in? In and out. I'm thinking maybe you're talking about the winter and snow would be my guess, Janet. Now, there's a lot of places in my area that do not get plowed by the county. I am one of the lucky ones. However, I get a little bit more traffic on my road, but they do plow that road. So that's really good. However, when they go by the street and plow it, you guys have seen it, it takes me 2 hours to dig that out. So because I don't know what you call it, but it's like they kind of block my driveway is what's going to end up happening. But yeah, most of the area in how to get to my place has been plowed. In the winter time, it's going to be a little iffy. Sometimes roads close and stuff like that. There is possibilities I could be stuck up there for a week. Power goes out, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on up there in regards to the winter time, and I'll just kind of figure it out as, you know, I don't have that choice yet, so I'll figure it out when it comes, you know, so I think I'll be probably next winter. Noah Lynch asked, do I have a playlist for my Viking songs? Yes, I do. And in fact, if you go to my playlist, you'll see there's one that says Viking Songs on it. I do want to edit that a little bit, because there's some of them that have this weird, I don't know, some of them kind of weird, but there are Viking songs there if you want to listen to them. Now you got to understand, like, the Vikings didn't have all the instruments we have today, so really you call them Viking songs, but this is not what the Vikings listened to. They're just kind of more drumming and a little bit more maybe rock. I'm not sure what genre that would be in, but check them out. They are in my playlist on my channel. If you go to my page, and you can click on playlist. Okay, Mike Morgan has asked me, how expensive was that rock work you were going to cost you that you wanted to do? Mike, I think you're talking about the rock that I wanted on the outside of my cabin. So I wanted rock on the lower part of the cabin. I think it was close to like $5,000 to $10,000 for that rock. So instead, what I'm doing is that corrugated steel is what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Yes, I would like the rock, but it's probably not worth it. And I'm already over budget on my lumber pack, so I do have to cut a lot of corners in certain areas, and I will be doing that. All right. You gotta be kind of fast. Dinner's coming. Dinner's coming. It smells amazing. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Okay, Alan, you say you gotta give your cabin a more Viking look. I like a lot more because now it looks more like American. Well, first of all, I am American and we are in America, and more of a Viking look would be probably, well, I guess I could kind of do some things. It's a Viking Flare. My cabin is not a full Viking cabin, you know, it's a Viking Flare to it. Is what it is, you know. So there's certain elements that I'm going to have, and there's certain things that I designed for that are a little bit more Scandinavian looking. But for the most part, you know, I still have to go with what we have available here. And I'm not looking to build a longhouse. So, yeah, so it has a more of a Viking flair. It's not a full Viking cabin, and I get that. But again, how many cabins do you see out there have dragon heads on the top? Not that many. No, not that many. So I think mine will end up standing out and still look a little bit more Viking than the typical American house. Okay, Mike asked, how do they enclose the 3 sides around the cabin to stop erosion? Well, I think you might see it in my video because I have a lot of concrete everywhere. So I think I've already asked that. We also have a French drain that I mentioned that goes around around the concrete walls too. So that should help too. I'm thinking of putting a rock wall. As you drive up to the property, I'll have a rock wall, which will help with that too. I think that might answer that for you. If you have any more questions, Mike, let me know. Okay, American Patriot says, you said the furniture from your cabin is going to be made from the trees on your property. Yes, but probably not at first. I would assume that I'll probably be moving some furniture up there that I already have. And then as time goes by and I have time and my friend has time, we'll make some furniture to replace it. Okay, Stephen, this question is yours. It says, how about those rats? Are you going to buy a bobcat? Well, wouldn't that be cool? Except bobcats aren't really pets. Like, I don't think they're a pet. They're wild animals. But I wouldn't mind them coming by my property and taking care of my rats, if you know what I mean. So, and I do know that they're coming by a lot. My neighbor has a lot of trail cams too, and he's seen an entire family of bobcats by his place, and he's only right behind me. So let's hope they come by in the summertime. Okay, last question. This one is from Wood Pigeon Outdoors. Hello, he's got a great channel as well. Have you ever told a story of how I chose the Spirit Forest name? No, I don't think I did. But I think I would reserve that for an entire video to answer that, because I do get asked that a lot, and to me, I want to take time in answering that. And eventually I will answer it, eventually. So I think my dinner is ready. I think it's time for dinner. I want to thank you for joining me today. It was a lot of fun. Oh, one other thing too, because I do get asked this a lot lately. This is not from that video, but is how is my health? And I want to let you know that I am 100% back. And I feel totally normal, other than being a little bit more chubby. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting out, I'm hiking, I'm snowshoeing, I'm doing a bunch of things. And, you know, I just am getting my body back in shape. But other than that, my health is really good. Doctors have given me all the thumbs up. I can do whatever it is that I want. So I am very happy. And I will soon do a video just kind of telling about the story of some of my health problems that I had. And it will be more of a it'll be a private video or unlisted video that you can link to it if you want to learn from it. There's a lot of women on my channel that I think are going through some of the same issues that I did. So I will have that video posting here soon. So thank you again for joining, and really enjoyed just hanging out here on my couch with you, and it's been great. So now it's time for dinner. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Never understood.